Davey Mack, I gave you a text the other day to settle an argument for me. I was with someone, and Point Break came up. I know that would be the other side of the argument, though. He's not going to go there. The Point Break came up. So the person said to me, come on, you can't tell me that you like this. I said, there's not a male on the planet that doesn't like Point Break. So we did just let the fates take care of it. I just text Davey Mack, you as the tiebreaker. What do you think of Point Break? It comes back immediately, because let's face it, he's not Fez Whatley. You're going to get the quick text back. Love it.
Yeah.
I don't know if... Now, obviously, you're looking at kind of a hack movie. It's a genre movie where you're just trying to play to the lowest common denominators. But Buddays, surfing, and robbing banks, wearing ex-presidents' faces,
Too much.
I don't know if Bruckheimer could have come up with something so good. That thing has got something for everybody. And plus the fact that not like we are going to rob a bank and then rule the world, blah, blah, blah. We're going to rob a bank and then lazily travel the world, surfing, having fun, and partying. These are like the best kind of bank robbers that there possibly could be.
Right, and even if somehow, and I always take Patrick Swayze, or excuse me, Bodie.
Right.
I always take his side.
Yeah.
But even if you were rooting for Johnny Law, or in this case, Johnny Utah,
sure,
Keanu Reeves, he still has fun. He gets to surf, he gets to hang out, and he even gets to go on a bank job with the guys.
See, I think that thanks so much, dog.
No one loses.
I think that the deal that works there too is that at no point do you say to yourself, at a certain point, when you watch those movies where you infiltrate the mob, blah, 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 even though the guy's a cop and comes in undercover, he still looks like a backstabber. Right. He still looks like he got what Bodie was selling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're just going to be out here. We're not like the regular people. Obviously, there's one mistake in the movie. The pussy is attached to Laura Petty, the bug-eyed fucking maniac. Other than that, it's the perfect crime.
Well, like you say, I mean, it has extreme sports, because it's not, they don't just surf, they'll skydive too.
Yeah, of course they will. They'll skydive without any fucking chutes on. You know why? They're very extreme. And they're living for today.
They love it, man.
And it's very zen. Bodie understands it's a very zen thing and to feel alive. But this fucking got to me. Why wouldn't Johnny Utah feel something for Bodie? Let's face it. Johnny Utah could have got killed by the Red Hot Chili Peppers if Bodie didn't come over there and save his ass.
Well, do you think that that's why he let Bodie out at the end?
Yeah.
To get the perfect wave, brah. He's going to get that perfect wave.
He let him die that way, yeah. He let him go out the way he needed to go out.
But and then I love how the feds, go see Johnny Utah after he lets a criminal go riding out in the ocean. They're like, what'd you do? He's like, I did what I had to, bro. And it's like, no, you just let a fugitive escape.
Did I? Yes.
You'd be in jail, dude.
All right, here's the thing. You don't have to be a great movie to be a great movie. You know what I'm saying? This must be for women. This must be the way we look at them when they're watching Sex in the City. They know it sucks, but they're looking at the shoes. We're watching the real thoughts of an endless summer, and you're robbing fucking banks with crazy, stupid masks on. I mean, the masks are the dumbest things that ever happened. Tim, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Good.
So, you talk about Point Break, probably, one of the best action movies in the 90s, as some people would say. Well, I'm involved with a play that runs in Los Angeles and San Francisco at the time. That's Point Break Live.
What exactly happens at Point Break Live?
It is a stage adaptation of Point Break. You're actually going to watch a low-budget remake of it. It's so low-budget that we can't afford Keanu Reeves, because he's like that high-price actor. So what we do every night, we get an audience member or audience members to come up and audition for Utah. Because really, let's face it, who can't act like Keanu?
All right, so this thing plays every night out there. You've heard of this before, Hicks?
Yeah, I had a run in New York where they just grab someone out of the audience, and they have cue cards, right? I think, and do Johnny Utah.
Yeah. It's we actually run only on the weekends in Los Angeles and San Francisco.
I would like to be in this, but I want to play Gary Busey's part.
Pappas.
You know what my favorite part of the movie is? Is like for no reason at all, Johnny Utah decides to get him mad. Are you mad? I mean, really mad? Then let's do something about it. You're like, where did this fucking come from?
It was quite a complicated relationship between Johnny Utah and Pappas.
Yeah.
One was always pissed off at the other, but then they were always covering for each other, too. It's
right.
like, you can't have it both ways. You get along or not.
Jim, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, what's up, fellas?
Yeah.
Hey, the best part of that movie was when the cops said, hey, why'd you let him go? And Johnny Utah said, he's not coming back.
Yeah, he just wanted to let him die in a gigantic wave. And that was, seriously, when I even think about the end of that movie, when I think the Dirty Dancing drowned in that wave, it really gets to me.
It would be a great scene if he ended up robbing another bank.
Steve, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
Hey, best part of that movie was the guy-on-guy dialogue when he said to him, no way, 30. You gotta get down. People died, brah.
Yeah, that's really good stuff. There's really great dialogue there. And then the world where you have these, face it, more or less effeminate pretty boys playing touch football, and they're just kind of like passing the ball. They're laddering in the
rugby.
Gayest way that you've ever seen. And then like, wait a minute, didn't you play at the Rose Bowl? Yeah, man. That's Johnny Utah. Like, the only thing that the guy would be known for is one Rose Bowl fucking game.
And they could have probably done some background on Johnny Utah. He was a fucking football star.
Right. What makes him think he's a dropout? Then what happened? Well, then he got accepted with the feds. So he went there. I mean, you're not exactly under fucking cover if everybody knows you. Elvis tried to go undercover. Nixon laughed at him. Here is Jim. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, what's going on? Hey, one other good thing about it is you can watch it and actually think, any guy watching it could actually think that he could bang Lori Petty. Well,
I will say this. I'm not saying that you wouldn't fuck Laura Petty, but she definitely would be the 3 a.m. fuck. If you look at that thing, you'd be like, yeah, Laura Petty, we're probably going to fuck later. Why don't you hang around near the keg? I'm just going to cruise around and make a couple laps. You know, she's definitely somebody to fuck, but not at 7, 8 o'clock. Yeah, we're going to be fucking later. You like hang out, be here.
Well, in those night surfing scenes, it's hard to tell their two haircuts apart.
Couldn't look less of a surfer girl.
I don't know, those bug eyes.
But I love how we're supposed to think that Keanu Reeves is a good guy when, in order to get with Lori Petty, he lies to her and says, hey, just like you, my parents died.
Right.
What a dick.
Yeah, you shouldn't be fucking anybody when you're an undercover cop. And also, I hate any movie. The undercover cop is doing the dope. He's doing the robberies. And then he arrests them? I'm sorry. Aren't you also with this then? Let me go over here to Brian. Brian, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, just like a testimonial to how that movie is better than the sum of its parts. The funniest line, and it's a hilarious line, but it's a stupid line, is when Gary Busey's getting him to get meatball sandwiches. And he just goes, you talk, give me two. And it's like the funniest.
That actually did make sense to me. Because he was starving. He was absolutely starving. Where's the fucking game? I thought the game was 2:30.
Yeah, it is. This is a commercial.
What was the commercial doing on during the game?
It's coming on.
It's driving me fucking nuts. Here is Christina. You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys. I just wanted to call in and say that at the very end of the movie, when Buddy goes out for the big wave, they paid, like, the surfer to a lot of money to go out there and get the shot, but the director didn't get the shot the first time, so he asked him to go back out, and he refused because the wave was such a ginormous thing.
Wow. So you actually know Point Break trivia. This is how pathetic you are.
Point Break. Loves it, loves it, loves it. And I like it too.
Here is Greg. Greg, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, good afternoon, fellas. If you were recasting Point Break today, but just the Lori Petty part, Megan Fox or a more mature direction and you go Angelina Jolie?
She should be blonde.
First of all, let's face it, you're not... I don't think you want her to be too fucking hot. I think the thing that works is she is like one of the guys. She's like a fucking scuzz guy. And the other thing that works is Bodie had already fucked her. So that connected the two of them.
You get Tara Reid to play that part. She could work.
Tara Reid is fucking at the end of the... She looks like Bodie after the wave fucking crushed him. But, you know, that's never even brought up, that Bodie used to fuck her. So she's just really,
she goes
around. Beach slut.
She probably banged Anthony Kiedis.
I'm sure she fucked Anthony Kiedis. I wouldn't even doubt that she hadn't fucked Gary Busey on some drunken thing.
Nothing's making her move on.
Why would she move on? Things are happening for her. She's working the beach.
You would think that they would have had a sequel by now. I mean, I guess Swayze's dealing with other issues, but, you know, Bodie could have, come out of the wave like Flash Gordon or something with the hand just coming out of the way. You would think that they would try and make that happen.
I don't think it was a big hit. I think it's just one of those things that's been on TV a lot. Yeah, go to Box Office Mojo, go under movies and see what it made. I'm going to guess we're not looking at a big major hit here.
It made $80 million worldwide.
$80 million worldwide, so that would probably put it 40 tops.
Yeah,
they stole more money from the banks.
It's not a giant hit. Now it's not embarrassing, but it's also not a giant hit. Go to Box Office Mojo. Don't you know your way around the internet all day?
Yeah.
Is this why you lost search, hurry up and search?
It is.
43 million in the U.S.
Well, what I say, 40. So who fucking knows?
That's why I didn't even look it up.
Who knows
I know Ron's right.
So that would be considered somewhat disappointing for an action movie.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like it was made in it was 1991. So movies, should have been doing much. Jaws made 100 million. So Point Break, I thought it made a hell of a lot more.
Yeah, well, this is going to shock you. Patrick Swayze, not really, you would call box office dynamite. He's never been like the number one guy. Let's get this.
Or Wong Fu would have done better.
Decent run, though. I mean, between Dirty Dancing, as we mentioned, and Ghost and stuff.
The fact that they're fucking around like this before the game, it really is going to be a 3:30 start. I don't need to watch this bullshit take place before. Was that the blind guy? The blind opera singer?
Yeah. Andrew Bocelli?
I love him. Love that song that he does. I love all the nicknames, like in those bad, gang movies. The gang's names are Gromit, War Child.
Oh, yeah. Watch out, War Child. I'm telling you right now, War Child.
They really had a knack for just terrible but great names.
War Child, you better fucking cool it. Marco, you're on Ron and Fez.
But my name's War Child.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie is, I don't know what it's about. It's so cheesy, but we all love it.
Yeah.
I love the part when the FBI boss comes over to chew his ass for not speaking to the booth and tell him, John, damn it, full of cum.
It's really, it's even hard to imagine that the full hour and a half goes by. You know what? I think the thing is like, there is something in you that goes like this. Yeah, I wouldn't mind robbing banks and surfing the rest of my life. It almost must play to your laziest, worst kind of angel that you have. And again, you're not going to believe this, but there's really a homosexual pull between Johnny Utah and fucking Bodie, with Laura Petty playing the part as the condom. You know what I mean? Like, I've taken this, put it in her, now you put it in her, and we have some kind of bond between us.
Just avoid the middleman.
That's what they're really after. And she even jokes like, hey, you two are obsessed with each other. Now, let's face it, she's fucked both of them. So she should know. Here is Randy. Randy, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, afternoon, boys.
Yeah.
Hey, are you guys talking about Point Break? A couple of years ago, I don't know what this says about the people I hang out with, but we caught this rumor that apparently Point Break Fast and the Furious was supposedly an actual homage or kind of a remake, almost scene for scene, of Point Break. And I don't know if we agree. Sadly, we actually kind of looked at it, analyzed it like we were doing CSI or something ridiculous. But when you look at it, there are a lot of the same kind of undertones, a lot of the stuff that you guys have kind of touched on,
Yeah, well, let's face it, there's not a lot of thinking that goes on in these action movies. The big difference here is it's surfing. And you don't normally, it would have been really great if they would have been able to rob somebody and get away on a surfboard. Then guys would never turn the movie off. Kevin, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, I love the fact that the FBI task force to catch these guys consisted of 2 cops. They had more cops who busted the chili.
They're really good, though.
Or when, like Gary comes up with, I think it's, surfers. Everyone laughs at him like that's the stupidest thing. Like, you know who I think robbed the banks? Who? Those guys with no jobs that seem to have no income, yet they live on the beach in Malibu. Right. I think they could be doing it.
And the feds didn't have someone else who could already surf in that area? They had to take the time to train Johnny Utah?
Well, the point is that the FBI are these, guys in suits and they're like stiff shirts. You know what I mean? The point is that nobody who surfed would ever be in the FBI. That was the initial premise. It's almost like saying, hey, do any of you guys know what punk rock is? No. So they were basically taking the FBI back to the days like if it was 1958 or 1962 FBI.
I also found some trivia that, of course, Keanu Reeves observed real FBI agents, but he also practiced with UCLA quarterbacks to play.
Well, it showed.
It's a lot of training.
It actually showed.
Did it really?
In that scene on the beach.
60-second scene. He was worse than Kenny Powers throwing that football around.
He looked bad. But then, remember, he went on to play a quarterback in another movie. So he really does care.
The replacements.
Jay, you're on Ron and Fez. Wait a minute.
Hey, Ronnie.
I got to get Fezzy a truth bomb. Truth bomb.
Her name's Catherine Bigelow.
What's that?
The movie was directed by a movie. A woman. Her name's Catherine Bigelow.
All right, hold on. Game on. And what else has Catherine Bigelow directed?
She did Strange Days, I think.
Another weird movie.
Yeah, but and then Near Dark was pretty good.
I don't know that.
Okay.
You know her by the name Bam Bam.
Blue Steel. She did Blue Steel.
Another weird movie.
Yeah, that's all I know.
K-19, The Widowmaker. That was that Harrison Ford sub-movie that didn't go anywhere.
So she's like action girl.
Yeah.
Here's Norm. Norm, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys. One of the things that's great about that movie is it's got the cliche from, like, every buddy or surfing movie where the guy comes down and they're like, hey, man, these are our waves. Go back to the valley. Like that same cliche that shows up in every
But here's the thing, dude. That actually does exist.
Yeah, just watch Dogtown Z-Boys.
Anywhere you go, like when people act like, I'm going to take a Hawaiian surf vacation. Yeah, if you want to go out to the shitty places, the shitty public beaches, but don't be fucking hanging with the locals. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I read last year on one of the gossip sites or Ain't It Cool sites that they were developing a script for a sequel in which the presidents are back and Utah just has to find out if Bodie's involved.
I wish it was like this. The presidents are back, but we find out it's Utah has turned over and decided Bodie was always correct. It always was the real deal.
And his gang is the actual presidents of the United States, the band.
Oh, that would be fucking
That's
great.
just a twist.
And then the movie ends with Lump. Where all of them, with the fucking mask on,
right,
playing Lump.
It's a happy song.
Yeah.
With all new ex-presidents. We have a whole brand new batch.
And then suddenly, Johnny Utah goes, ladies and gentlemen, Dog Star. And his fucking old band comes together. It's just unbelievable.